sports coverage of the national football. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson.
To the 22-yard line.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 18 carries, 69 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
2nd and 6. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Operating from the gun, Samuels.
They'll check this down to Johnson.
Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Samuels. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
On second down, Johnson.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that, and by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Samuels.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Samuels. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. That seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
On 1st and 10, Samuels. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
The Lions at 10-2 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Samuels. Flushed out right. Oh, what a move. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his... Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire, all the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way, and he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuels. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Operating from the gun. Samuels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. And this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Samuels.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
He was superb a week ago. 3 sacks in that affair. Now 1 here in the second quarter.
Well, how about our conversations this week? With him, it was pretty simple. He said, I've got a few combinations I can try it out they haven't seen yet. And on the flip side, they thought they had a plan to block him. Might need to come up with something else because he looks like he's getting loose now.
Punch, counter punch. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Back to throw.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Room here to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. From the gun on 3rd down, Samuels. Hard throw, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away.
It's 4th down.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
You
down.
don't want to.
We know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you can
called it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Throwing on 1st down. Samuels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Operating from the gun. Samuels. That's caught at the 1. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
To throw on 2nd down. Samuels feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield. but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
From the gun on third down, Samuels. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Chargers getting set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Chargers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Samuels.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So here we go on a third and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Chargers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin just up the road right here in Florida. An AFC South matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. The Jaguars.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking to throw on second down. Samuels.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
They go play action here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Samuels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
To throw on second down. Samuels. And he's got it. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you read a defense thinking pass rush and you see them all in those sprinter stances. You think you can give that quick hitter to the fullback and have it go for 7, 8, 9 yards, but not that time. They stuffed him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. It felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Samuels. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Operating from the gun, Samuels. Throws right side, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Samuels. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuels. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. From the gun on 3rd down. Samuels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Lions get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. So out now come the Lions.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it doesn't feel like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Samuels. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. To throw on third down, Samuels. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. To throw on second down. Samuels escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Looking to throw. Samuels. Now he's flushed out right. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This is Anderson over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. They're going to look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 6. Screen play, Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On is the Chargers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
The Lions offense set to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown! A big play there. 72 yards. And the Lions extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Open man is Anderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw now on first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 134 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the home team here, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.